Hello everyone, welcome to Frosty Faustings 2026 Melty Actions Again, current code top24. I'm Kai, joined by
Enpicie.
And it's a great bracket so far. We're heading in, getting some crazy matches out the gate. We got Skeleton versus Marissa Mage.
Yeah, and two very mysterious players. I mean, Skeleton has been talking about how she's going to pull out a bunch of different characters for this bracket.
Yeah.
There's been talk of the H-Neck, F-Reese, C-Nania even. And Marissa Mage, I feel like you never know what character it's going to pull out in bracket, if it's going to be the C or F-Mech, White Len, maybe even a Neko itself, you know.
Absolutely. Marissa's definitely a very mood-focused player, definitely based on like the play style and the plays it'll go for and the characters it'll play. None of us will know except the mood of the day.
Right? Especially in a bracket like this, we've already had a lot of upsets on the way, some big ones on the loser's side waiting to play in this top 24 as well. Definitely excited to see what kind of characters we see come out for this one. And it looks like we are starting off with the Neck. Now, this is funny because a lot of the times when Skeleton brings out the Neck, it's kind of like a matchup knowledge check, like, is this person ready to fight Nekos? But Marissa has played some Nekos itself.
Yes.
Might not know the combos there, seeing an early drop.
That's normally the stable route, but not on Nekos.
Yep. Oh, but Skelly, a little bit of a mistake herself.
Oh, the Kara bunker to get out of the pressure.
Yeah, that's one of those Neck specials right there. Has a little bit of a bugged bunker. Gets to retain that invincibility on that dash after the bunker clash.
And speaking of matchup knowledge, Skelly using shield to get out of the jetpack situation, navigating this stuff very effectively. Command grab now.
And a zoner like Neck, this is exactly the state you want to have. Just get a little bit of a lead. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that actually hit.
Yup, it surprisingly does have invuln, and the hitbox is good enough for that.
Nice EX shield. That's that Neko knowledge for sure coming out. That's not something a lot of people are going to be ready for.
Absolutely. Marissa kind of not feeling out where to press buttons at this point, acting a little scared in the corner.
Yep. And on a pixel, and you cannot be taking there.
Yup.
Again, already seeing a good handful of these knowledge checks coming out.
Yeah, crazy situations. Oh, but Marissa this time ready with the tech situation, getting another air tech situation set up. EX crossbow's going down.
Yeah, but Skelly knows how to deal with that, just getting out of the way. And got a lot of time on the clock. Look at that, not overcommitting, and finds a good hit there. Starts to take the lead.
Yeah, and Marissa was ready. Did not tech the first time, but then noticing the disadvantage, took the advantage. Oh my god, the green extension is real.
Yeah, that button, it's actually a pretty legit button. It hits pretty high up, one of those massive hitboxes, but the green extension is crazy, and so is the GAT way to catch the landing. Unfortunate drop might be one of those cases where, you know, every setup of Melty is personalized. Takes a second to get used to things. But getting used to it, we are, as Marissa starting to feel out the matchup a little bit. Maybe the C-Mech is not the play. Oh, and it's going to be the H-Miyako. A rare pick for this Moon, too. I mean, we saw LBS earlier in the bracket on the C-Miyako. F-Miyako, you know, we've seen J-Bell over the years. A good handful of players like that character, but H is definitely the rarest one.
Yeah, she's really funky. She's got some really fun combos, but she doesn't really have a lot of the gas that some of the other Moons have. You know, C has insane pressure, F has insane damage and mix-ups, but, I mean, H is no slouch either.
I mean, H has some of that damage and the classic Miyako strike throw.
Yup.
Knows the situation off of the ground attack there. You give up that throw protection. Oh my gosh, the air stall from the lasers just barely going over the kick.
Yeah, that's one of the more unique, powerful H Miyako tools is that 2360 is super invuln and travels super far.
Yep.
Oh, what a reversal air throw.
Yeah, Skelly, you know she's always looking for that Gats, even has a technique named after herself for it.
Oh, and OTGing back into the throw.
H-Moon shield not quite going to cut it there.
Unique jump cancel pressure, something very few characters have. Now going for the no-tech now that Merce respects.
So much for respect.
Ooh. Yeah, unfortunate hit there.
Oh, nice little preempt there with the button. Great awareness from Marissa to just block that out.
And not being greedy with the air techs either, not getting yourself killed. Playing the battle of attrition here.
Yeah, and being a lot more patient trying to work your way in. I think mech was probably not the way. You can't really run your normal sort of zoning game plan. Looking a little more comfortable trying to swing these hits, but Skelly very comfortable herself, just zoning that out and finding a little poke Marissa, maybe trying to sneak in a backwalk or a backdash and just not having the timing there.
Yeah, I definitely think movement-wise this is working out a lot better for Marissa, but one of the main struggles with Miyako is because your buttons are so short, you kind of want to move your own body into the opponent, and when they're so small like that, it's pretty difficult.
Right? And it's one of those things that you will really only see from Skeleton here, right?
Yup.
The expert movement with this character, keeping you trapped in the corner here. But Marissa not afraid to just DP out yet again. Oh my gosh, that was a valid pickup.
Yup. These fake combos sometimes are a little too real.
Yep, and Skelly with a big lead here. Look at that, just maintaining that space, playing this keep away game. Nak is a zoner in her own words.
And yup, like you said, that normal, it's great at covering so much space.
Yep. Green extension doesn't really matter when someone is not ready for it to just hit all the way there. Almost got another air tech trap again, and now it's just one touch. Miyako's got some big damage, but you're running out of time. Half the round is spent. You got to start finding these big hits soon, or you're going to run out of time.
Yeah. Living on a prayer here. Not even got much meter for a turnaround momentum, but that's a start. You got him in the corner.
Oh no, a couple big opportunities. Not quite it.
Here it could be. Ooh, Tex, no catch.
Yeah, and
Valiant.
Stomp was just not the choice there. You really had to make something happen with those 20 seconds. And Skelly going for that immediate jump, just really challenging. Like, are you going to have the confidence to swing at me here?
Yeah,
Not
H
quite.
Miyako is a little rough. The other moons have a little bit better buttons for that tech punish scenario. She kind of has to commit a little more to catch different options, and Skelly was definitely willing to challenge on that.
Very true. Now we're about to get an interesting matchup here. It looks like we got Gaku walking up to the setup to play Nami Nori all the way out here from Japan. Also entered a couple other games this weekend, including Skullgirls, was talking about being a little unprepared for how strong those brackets were. But I mean, if you check the results, Nami Nori cooked at this exact event in 2019, beating some really strong names, including Akimi, one of the strong performers who top 8'd this event in her last appearance in the current code bracket as well in 2024. But Gaku, I mean, has been right outside of these top 8s a lot of the time. One of those players who's been right on the cusp of these really strong results, and just outside of top 8 on winner's side right now if she can close this one out.
Yeah, I know Gaku because Naminori is a bit of a wild card, obviously being a Japanese player unfamiliar to the NA player base. Also plays a bit of an oddball character with the F Neko Mech. We do have a representative of that character, but not really at a high level recently. I know Gaku was watching some footage to prepare for this, and she said she wasn't worried.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, gonna have to see, right? It's a lot. It's easy to assess someone from the footage and just sort of be like, all right, I have an idea of what I need to do against this. But in a game as variable as Melty Blood, you know, sometimes how confident can you really be? But you know what's important is just telling yourself that you got this on lock. Especially when you're fighting a tricky character like this F Neko Mech. I mean, pretty underrepresented character, one with so many tricks. But you know, Gaku, the lab monster herself. Maybe the lab monster of the history of this game.
Yeah.
No shortage of tricks herself.
All right, button check coming down, looking good so far. Always button check.
Yep.
You do not know the setup you are playing on.
For real, I'm always telling players before every major, button check every setup.
Yup.
No excuses. You know the setups are going to be weird. Got to take that moment to get used to it. One thing also for Gaku in this matchup is Gaku has a good amount of games against Swamp, who is currently NA's premier Neko Mech player, even though on a different moon, still retains some of the classic Neko Mech qualities of just being able to hit this air unblockable cat, cover some really unique angles, and it's one of those things that you'll see, you can tell very quickly if someone is experiencing a Neko Mech matchup by how much they get hit by the cat.
Absolutely.
Especially the way it defies physics sometimes. The cat, when it's hit forward, is not necessarily hit left or right forward, but it's coded to be towards the opponent forward.
Yes.
You'll see these weird situations where Neko will pop up, move to the right, and if they cross under, it's all of a sudden, who cares about physics, is going the other way.
Yup, that is a heat-seeking cat right there. Keeping it solid with the usual colors. Love to see that.
True, and a little bit of a mix-up already. Different color for button check versus the actual match. Let's go.
Hype.
Gaku on the tried and true pink with the purple hair, color 18. Iconic.
Yeah, getting some space at the round start. Gaku does like to play pretty defensively, but Naminori slipping in, but not quite with the orb. That's going to be a lead for Gaku, but not the corner.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about defensive play, that is an Alco classic, right? One of those, it looks like it's not really defense. You're putting up the offense with the orb, but it's covering you.
Yeah, Gaku taking some clutch moment to keep the orb up, but Naminori not worried about the shield on that at all, just keeping the offensive momentum going, evening up the life lead now.
Yep. On a little bit of the strain Raiden hit.
Ooh, and the defensive play turns into offensive when the JC hits the Neko, and now it's Naminori's turn with the knockdown.
Up in F-Moon, you're going to get some solid damage off of that. Nice
Checks the
stable
jump.
knockdown.
All right, Gaku's out.
Oh, big counter hit, and you know Gaku's ready for these pickups.
And it's max mode now, so we got a lot to work with on both ends. Wary of the 2-2-C. Yup.
A little bit of that hesitation there.
Oh, gets clipped. That's time for Blood Eat. And now the Goon Squad. Alco clears that easily. 3 jumps.
There's that matchup experience, right? Being ready for the Blood Heat, covering up so much more of the screen.
Yup. And the gunshots, too. Not trying to jump out too early. And that's a nice hit. What a conversion off the air-to-air. That's a
and
huge
just
swing.
taking advantage of that space. Yeah, Naminori had to hit that cat immediately with no hesitation to challenge there.
Yeah, and when Naminori did that, the cat was then far away, and Gaku was able to retain control of the situation. Now got a nice orb up, and ooh, sneaks over.
Yeah, and speaking of control, look at that. Time is running out, and Gaku didn't even swing in that corner situation. Just clean left. Is that enough?
It is.
It just barely is.
Oh, yeah, the air dodges were used to try and stall for more time in the air, but when you do that, you are counter hit state until you land.
Nice little, just barely escaping the Neko, but not for long.
Oh, and get some more pressure out all the way into the corner now. We've yet to see a really nice setup from Gaku in the corner.
Just pristinely moving around that cat. Oh my
What
gosh, a pickup off the
conversion.
trade. There's that legacy experience there.
Yup.
It's one of those things with Melty too. Every player who's played this game for so long, you'll see some really niche conversions come out.
Yup.
Stuff never leaves your hands at a certain point.
Absolutely, absolutely. And both players optimizing for corner carry to push each other into the corner over time. I like the drip back, the rider tag.
Right? Nice EX shield, but the Neko extra insurance there provides an extra hit. It's really hard to watch out for. Naminori closing out game 1 off of that.
Yeah, clean game. The first round was looking super down to the wire. Naminori looking a lot more confident in that game. Gaku might have to switch it up. The footage might have not told the whole story, like you said.
Right, but I mean, getting right back into this one, Gaku definitely feeling like she's got a plan here, I'd imagine. Maintaining that space with the beam, you know that was calculated from Gaku.
All right, Neko at a mid-range. Yeah, looking funky. Snipes the rain, trying to hit the Neko. Very clean.
And a little bit off on that tech trap opportunity there. You know she's looking for it, but very comfortable, just keeping her game plan going, maintaining the space.
Ooh, and that's a big hit. We whiffed, so we couldn't get the fat combo, but that's still pretty good.
Yep. With the preemptive JC, that's a Nekomech special right there. That JC is super active. If you jump back and press that JC, it's such a good tool for covering that space and taking the lead right back here.
Ooh, confident mash. Yup, calls up the throw, finally going for it after playing defensive for so long and respecting.
Uh-oh, no barrier drop.
Oh, no. Yeah, spend that meter. You couldn't use it for offense. Take your turn back now. Catches the jump. That's a round.
Yeah, Gaku was some really newly aggressive play. You don't really see her go for these aggressive options like the immediate JA, but that confidence there is exactly what you need in these situations sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Alco can really brawl even if she doesn't have the greatest of buttons for it. If you know she has the tools, it's specific, the call-out she has to make. So once you got the data after the first game, go for it.
Yep. And yeah, already ready for this arc drive. Nekomech players, sometimes we make fun of them for always ripping this arc drive on max, and you know Gaku is so ready for that.
Ooh, what a conversion.
Oh, ready with the EX shield, but again, the Neko insurance is too strong.
Waits for the tag.
Yeah, Naminori not ready for these tech traps. That's a Gaku special right there. If anyone who's played Gaku a lot knows that of all the Cialcos, Gaku is the most on top of these tech traps and on top of every conversion, the big ball, big damage.
Do we know the 2-2-C? Not quite, but that's fine. We still got you in the corner.
Yep. I mean, sometimes you can't even punish a -5 reversal, to be honest. -5, you don't got a lot of frames to work with there.
All right. I mean, looks like the Gaku game plan is working on. I think the data might actually be real after all.
Right, took no time getting right back into it. She's definitely feeling confident here.
Ooh, almost got the snipe, but that's still frame advantage. We can still take offense from that.
Yep, and the confidence just run in upon seeing the Neko hit. Baits the reversal once again, not
Trying to
overextended.
scramble after, yup. You got that life lead.
And it's one of those situations where less experienced players going to hesitate, but Gaku confidently in again with the overhead.
And the Gaku patent tech trap too. A little bit of a drop. It's really tight, but that's still a good chunk of change.
Yeah, and I like a lot of these situations where you're seeing things that on the surface look a little bit like Panic, these quick shields, the quick orbs, but you see the fast decision making here, blocking it out, letting the orb do the work for her, and Gaku on set point now.
Yeah, absolutely. You got your own stationary cat to work with in some ways.
Yep.
And that's it. Big combo, yes.
This route is so sick.
I love that. And look at the damage too. 5K.
Ooh, blocks the double overhead.
Oh, this time ready for the overhead, but we still have meter to push our advantage with. Empty.
I love the choice to immediately burst there. You've already got a big lead.
Yup.
This is someone who flew out from another country right now. Keep that momentum up, keep that pressure up, trying to fight this mental battle, but Naminori not looking too phased.
Yeah, try to snipe with the 2-3-6-8, but a little too slow, and now you're in the mix.
Yup.
One more throw will do it.
And that's
Catches
exactly
John.
where Nekomech wants you, right? You see the throw and immediately popping up the cat. One of those quick decisions, almost Street Fighter 6-like, right?
Yeah.
Make the decision on strike throw right now.
Ooh, skips over the dodge to stall past. Oh! Barely escaped there in the corner. Now trying to lock down with the wheel kick. Yeah, the orb is behind you. You can go. Press. You safe against the slow reversal.
And again, just knowing that we have the life lead, backing off, no overextension.
Oh, that converted! I've never seen that.
I've never seen someone even go for that quick charge JC there. Oh! Uh-oh. And the dropped shield counter is fatal. Naminori definitely a little bit of frustration there. You know he wanted to hit that shield counter, but Gaku moving on into winner's side, top 8.
Yeah, Naminori, I mean, listen, Gaku said she wasn't worried, but that was a tight set. I think really what did it for Gaku was, you know, the adaptation in the moment instead of the preparation is what did it. Adjusting on the fly to play more aggressive and make all these specific callouts.
Yeah, and you know, we're talking about adjusting on the fly to play more aggressive. We're about to see Rump and Deus. And I got a couple games against Deus before this top 24, and Deus was also making some adjustments to play more aggressively. Anyone who's watched Deus for a long time, and a lot of people probably have, you know, no stranger to these top 8s, some real good second placements, especially in 2024. I mean, made a really deep top 8 run at this event in 2023, 2024, almost quad perfecting thing at one point, I think, right? Crossover arc, Con 2022, and known for this play style where he plays a zoner character, just chucks fireballs and runs away, right? He's known for just playing the very, very stereotypical zoner game of I'm going to take the life lead and play more patiently than you've ever seen before, but Deus was getting in there with the white line tricks.
Yeah, no, Deus has really been cranking that up recently. Like, you got some funky tools. She's got the little spin hop that she can jump cancel out of or go for an overhead. It's so messy to go with, and not a lot of people are really ready for that, even because there's just so many options you could possibly go for, and Deus will go for all of them.
Yeah, and we got to see who's even ready for this F-Nero. NA has not had a real Nero in a long time. Not a lot of people have committed to this character. Strong character, but one that is a lot more quirky than people will let on.
Yeah.
And Rump, you know, has really been on the come up this year. If we're talking about turning it up, I mean, Rump had a pretty good showing here last year, but was only a few months into the game, and in the last couple months has started to make top 8 after top 8, even some second placements in the regular midweek melting series. Getting some real games off of some of the top dogs like Council, who's won a lot of those brackets, has had some really tight sets against Rump.
Yeah, and Rump got, I believe, 17th at Con last year, too. Yeah. Really, really strong performance. Really, you said on the come up, like, it's been done. Like, it's crazy how explosive the growth has been with the grind. I definitely believe that either one of these could take it very convincingly.
Yeah, I mean, very quickly in the scope of just over a year, went from beginner bracket, 0-2er, 1-2er, beginner bracket circuit winner, making it out of pools at Frosty, making it deep into that second phase at Con just a few months ago, and now right here fighting to be on top 8 winner's side against someone who has made a lot of these top 8s before. Let's see how ready these players are.
Zoning gameplay out the gate can check a lot of the Nero summoning very well, and being in the sky avoids a lot of the Nero summons as well.
Right, trading fireballs a little.
The F-Nero game plan rock solid.
Ooh, but the game plan from Deus using that really active JB to snipe the rising Nero button. Nero's got these big buttons, but they are vulnerable to these pokes, and there's that shift to aggression I was talking about.
Yup.
New Deus, who dis?
Yeah, Deus has been doing that a lot recently. The Icicle just get that hitbox out there, the insurance and plus frames. Ooh, almost got the jump cancel shield, but didn't quite commit enough.
Yep. Oh, and try to trade with the projectile there. A lot of times you can put out your projectile first, and if they commit to the second one, it'll hit, but these fireballs a little too fast.
All right, and yeah, Rump getting into Brawl there, because like you said, you got to change the game plan when it's not working out. Deus knows these fireball patterns better than anyone else, and the Nero summons are not happening. You got to Brawl.
Right, and I mean, speaking of knowing it better than anyone else, all this started off of that weird, colloquially called ice fire hit.
Yup.
shooting the ice at that weird angle behind her. I've never seen a move like that in another fighting game.
Me neither. And yeah, Deus knows exactly when you toss the charge JC and you do that after, it might combo in a weird way. Deus is going to know. Oh, but Rump has the multi-shield. Not quite.
Oh, just putting out these crows, trying to wall out the space and burn some meter.
But XVIII is flying high, not caring about that. And negative edge Antlion does not go far when you just got a block.
Oh, I love the movement there, knowing that the sludge is going there. Deus was not quite ready for the sludge to be there.
We've equalized the life lead, and we got a more offensive situation. Deus tries to slip out, but not quite.
Yep, and there's a Nero classic situation. Not quite going to kill on White Len health. You know what's funny is her counterpart Len, one of the lower health characters in the game, and her being the opposite of Len, actually, I think the second highest health character in the game.
Yeah, very, very tanky, surprisingly.
Right, you would not know it looking at her. Normally these small body characters are not known for that.
Oh, and there's that coming out. Yeah, tries to take the advantage from that, but Deus always ready to worm his way out and go for the overhead too when you're reeling from that previous interaction.
And that's one of those moves that because it's so slow with that whole charge, you don't see it a lot, but Deus, again, these aggressive plays. The preemptive JA is so smart there, again, poking out that extended hurt box from Nero's big buttons.
Yup. Rump now aware of the times when they can get a summon out, and pushing the advantage off that as much as possible is really huge. IH to get a huge health lead here.
Yup. And just burning it all right now. All we needed was the health. Try to start building that meter back as quickly as possible.
Oh, and the B Crow for previous interaction came in to help the pressure. Very clean. Now Deus does not get much off of that interaction.
F Moon landing recovery, I was scared for a moment. I forgot that when you land with a normal with F Moon, you don't have any landing recovery. You can safely block there, but you cannot safely shield there.
Oh, but just too far out for the JB to connect.
Not too far for that Nero JC or the 2C, the sniper from afar. And Rump taking a second to breathe here. These top 8 qualifiers can be really stressful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Rump's been very, very much on the grind, even at this event. I've seen them playing all day and all night.
Yep. But I mean, Deus too, you know, Deus has been prepped for this one.
Yep.
Deus not known for getting the most sets online in net play, but I mean, has been on the setups a lot this weekend.
Yes. All right, and the snake is coming. You better watch out. Gets released a little early, but we still cover the corner, but Deus slips out.
I like the idea to shield there, but just a little timing shift from Deus, throwing things off.
Get some plus frames moving in.
Nice patience there to just block that out. A weaker player might go for a bunker on the multi-hit, but Rump too ready, knows the risks here.
Oh, yup. And yeah, Rump just putting everything into keeping Deus trapped in the corner, because Deus goes all sorts of tricks and traps to try to worm his way out, but Rump is not having any of that.
Speaking of tricks, had the nice positioning for that sludge, and it's one of those that if you don't know this matchup, it's looking like, yo, why is Nero putting himself in the corner here? But that sludge movement is so tricky.
Yup. Oh my god, it sniped the jump out.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy about that too is it seems like such a niche option, but when you have slow buttons like Nero, it can be pretty scary.
Yeah. All right, but Deus almost in max speed. That's a huge reversal of the health situation and only 10 seconds on the clock, and it's not going to pause it either because it's F Moon.
With IH, I mean, at this point, if you're Rump, you just have to build as much meter as you can. There's no time to make any amount of a comeback. Look at that.
Charging it.
The concession of the round right here. But you know, Rump got a lot of meter, and we saw from the last one, Deus took that first round, Rump brought it right back. Very possible to stay in this one. Nice shield.
Ooh,
Patience.
Potentially huge hit off the shield counter. Does get avoided.
Nice early bunker. Deus not ready to punish that.
Plus frames, manage our meter at the same time. Get the trap out. Will we jump? Very nice.
Yep. Putting out that ant line, stopping Deus from getting too aggressive right away. Oh my gosh.
I can't believe Nero throw a whiff there. Oh, gets the trade combo. Huge damage.
Yeah, one of those really funny reversal options where it's so advantageous that if you get that trade, you get a full combo. But so does White Len off of this slow reversal of her own, saying, I got tricks too.
Oh, and that catches the jump out, and that's going to be a game up for Deus, evening it out 2 rounds straight.
Yeah, you know, we came into the set talking about aggressive adjustments, and this is actually a new form of Deus. I don't think anyone has ever seen him play this way. And it's kind of working out so far, but you know, Rump has had a lot of good plays themselves. Sneaking back over here.
Yeah, I think on both sides, the respect is really earned at this point. You know, at first, Rump was getting kind of slapped by the fireballs because Deus was just going for him nonstop. Now Rump knows when to go for him, so Deus is like, all right, you respect me, I'll just go to phase 2.
Yep. Look at that, the air dash back, covering the retreat from Deus there. Not quite confident with all of these buttons, but getting right back in it. Not phased by the miss.
All right, yeah, gonna air throw to keep the corner here. Got a lot of meter to work with. Yes, spend those EX crows. Sneaks past the 2A. No!
And that's one of those other tricky white lens situations. The invuln on the dash so good at sneaking through these high duration moves sometimes. Rump patiently blocking it out, knowing we just have to win the match. Who cares about the kill right now? I gotta maintain the life lead.
The sludge is coming and the crows are too. You cannot worm your way out of this one. Almost gets air unblockable, but not quite.
There's so many times when people talk about playing for time and it's play this keep away game, but what about locking your opponent down like this into the GAT checkmate here? You cannot be shielding that in the air when your opponent is actionable. Rump on set point.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you kind of just got to hold it, because if you block in the air, you get air unblockable. If you shield in the air, you get thrown.
Getting thrown into the corner here.
Double
on this
overhead
ender.
gets blocked. It goes for a fuzzy 2, it looks like, but not quite.
Yep. On Rump, ready for these tricks, and you know what's crazy about those Deus is going for these because Nero is so tall. You get to do a lot of extra overheads on this character with these tricky white land air normals.
Ooh,
the double
second hit. Not quite ready for the shield counter in, but unfortunately, evening up the life lead really big here. Yeah, not spinning. There we go now.
Yeah, and a little delay on the crows. They're trying to catch Deus slipping.
Speaking of, the slight delay into the catch on the jump. You're not going anywhere.
And the patience, not getting caught by the Deus tricks as we're coming down.
Tex into the snake, but not quite pushing Hurtbox far enough into that to get caught, and that's a huge lead now.
Yep. Little jump catch. Nice EX guards, making some space to breathe, but not for long.
And that's a finish. 1 round apiece. Anything does it.
Yeah, and this is that tough player matchup stuff, right? Anyone who's seen Deus play before, if you've studied the footage, you're not expecting Deus to challenge there, but Deus knows this now.
Yeah, tries to catch the forward movement there, but it's just a little too far. These funky options you got to be learning to deal with on the fly, even if you have experience in this matchup.
Yep. And you can see Deus's experience as well, not getting caught by these resets with the summons. Nice EX guards again in the overhead. It's these never before seen tricks that are getting you sometimes.
Oh, blocks the empty low though. We're still keeping our brain sharp. Huge hit, but not going for a croc combo because we want to get some health back later in this round. Push our advantage too.
Oh my gosh. Way to stay solid.
Goes under, yup, just keeping the respect going. We block high this time.
Defensive play here, not trying to get got by these new Deus tricks. And the green extension! Rough situation, not a lot of health to recover from IH. This max mode is not too scary right now.
Oh, but the bloodied is!
Oh, the get! Deus maybe looking for a last Stark opportunity there, and Rump not letting this happen. Oh! Gets their own health back. You're not dead, you got one more chance.
And that converted from so far away. Rump still got a lot of bloody to work with, so Deus is a little scared to go for anything. Deus knows how to dodge this.
He does know how to dodge it and gets the punish. Not quite. Deus is going to close this out. Heartbreaker for Rump.
Yeah, still got some chances to go through later in the bracket, but you definitely were looking to close your advantage in and get into top 8 as fast as possible with all the killers swimming out there.
Right. But some really good adjustments from Deus. I mean, for real, we've never seen this guy play like that. Whole new set of tricks, whole different kind of white land. Not at all the classic game plan we've seen from him. Up next, we're getting maybe someone with another set of tricks. Thorn and Zapoke. Thorn featured in a crazy clip recently with some words that are not quite safe for a public space. Doing some tricks from a character who, you know, what's funny about this F Vakiha champion, right, is for a long time people were like, oh, this is the theoretical top tier.
Right.
Some people put her as top 1, but we've never really seen Full Moon Vermilion Akiha make these really big results at events. Closest we've seen is Ultra Toast and some of the smaller Evos make it pretty far, and sometimes he'll even be playing the FCL for part of that run. Because this is a character, lowest health in the game, absolutely explodes against some of these characters, but has the only realistic infinite in this game in the pit loop combo, one of the tightest combos to execute that I've ever seen in a fighting game, with this weird pit pulling you forward and backward with this 2-2-6 crazy input. But you know, she's been hitting them. We played a first to 2 the other day, and I got hit by it twice in that set.
Yeah, Thorn not only has those, but has those ready to go at a moment's notice. I've seen her hit those in plenty of sets already. And Zapoke also playing another funky champion with some Nasty, nasty tricks I've seen many fall for, but Thorn has experience. Thorn has experience for sure.
Right, but I mean, so does Zapoke, featured on the thumbnail of last year's top 8 for his classic Wara character that he loves to talk about so much.
Oh, and he loves to talk indeed. I was talking to him earlier, and he was saying, I don't know how to prepare for this matchup. I don't know who I'm going to play, what I'm going to approach. He just hopes to get it done with some nasty pressure with Wara.
Right, and to be honest, how do you really prepare for a character that if she hits you, if you're not perfect, you might die?
You might. Oh, and Thorn taking off the medals real quick. Heavy is the crown.
The training weights are off. Those medals are low-key heavy, I can't lie.
They are. Yeah, Thorn, multi-game competitor, shout-outs, also many-time bracket runner as well.
Right.
Running all those old games, has the execution in all of them too.
Yeah, and I mean, Zapoke, also multi-game enter, literally ran over here from Chaos Code top 4.
Yup.
Plays Chud Jackson.
His words, by the way.
Yes, Zapoke's nickname for his own character. Out here repping the classic Wara. And the thing about Wara, right, if Zapoke is ever unsure of what character to play, the thing about this Wara character, only hover dash character in the game, if you get hit, you are getting mixed.
And the mix is absolutely nasty. You really just want to commit to defensive options against it rather than trying to block it most of the time. That's a perfect hard knockdown setup. Now we got the fireball to catch a backdash.
Like, how do you block that?
That is a huge hit.
How do you block that?
And here's another nice knockdown. We're going to see if a cross-up setup. Nope, just going for the drill, not trying to deal with reversals here.
Zapoke changing it up from low to overhead, but Thorn ready for it.
And the 2-2-C, Thorn gets hit to get out because it barely doesn't kill. We just want to get out of there. We're not blocking the mix. That could kill us.
Yep. Getting hit there is scary, especially when Vaki health, but that's a real out, but not for long.
Ooh, perfect start. And yeah, you can see that Zapoke is really just playing as fast as possible in neutral because I don't think he really wants to interact very much against these Vaki buttons. He just wants to do mix, and moving around makes it hard for Thorn to really get a feel for what's going on.
And as a fellow F-Moon player himself, knows that when you're early in this round 2, it's not that scary to put your opponent into max.
Yup.
Not a lot of opportunity for a comeback, and honestly, Vaki doesn't have a lot of meter options to really dump to oppress you, and she's in max either.
Yeah. But now in the corner has to block, and Zapoke is not one to do so. You're going to have to hold something.
Yep,
Hit loops incoming.
Not quite. The bugged shield counter gets Zapoke out of hell right here.
But we're right back in. This combo not quite going to kill.
Oh, it might. Oh, not quite.
Oh, with the OTG. But we're not ready to tech out after the failed kill attempt. That was clean. That was clean.
Yeah, Zapoke looked like he was kicking himself a little bit at the end of that round. I almost guarantee he was trying to shield or something there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Nothing stops this man, and this mix doesn't stop either. Tried to bait a reversal, but not quite.
Yeah, Thorn is so on top of these F-Moon shields. If she catches you above her, that shield is probably going to come out. And if you see Zapoke do 63A, you're probably going to see this follow-up C. Thorn already knows this.
And goes for the bufferable 4C to get the punish easily, and now just putting the screws in on this game. Not trying to go for the pit loops when it's just one hit away anyways.
Yep. Oh my gosh, the green extension, you saw that counter hit right there. Thorn went for an anti-air and pushed some hurtbox out into that, getting hit from behind.
And now one more hit from FR could do it. Goes a little too far, but that's the hit we need.
The little mix-up situation, we call it the Kamone dash, when someone is going over your head and it takes your input, flips it the other way. Nobody knows where you're about to go.
You can tell Zapoke's reminiscence because he's like, yeah, I just robbed.
Thorn, known tea enjoyer. I was about to say hydrating, but you know, tea might be the opposite of hydrating, but a little bit of a power buff.
And Zapoke is explaining some nonsense to the crowd right now. I don't know what he's saying, but you better believe it's cap.
You cannot stop this guy from talking. There's so many times when people be walking by and be like, oh, this is casuals, and no, it's bracket.
No, it is.
Bro does not care.
Well, yeah, getting back into it. That hit should have been an air tech situation, but not trying to be too risky here. Gets sniped. Ooh, risky, but you know he was mashing on wake up, and now you're getting punished by 4C.
Not quite. 4C, a great punish option in being bufferable, but when it's 8 frames and you're only minus 10, the hard part of punishing that move is just really hard to tell when you're finally allowed to act.
Ooh, not quite. The shield, a little too slow.
Yeah, situation Zapoke's very ready for, delaying that JC such that if you're not ready for the timing, you're getting got.
The low air dash mix-up is nasty.
Yeah, this Harvard Dash character has so many ways to shift up when the high-low is coming.
Yeah, a little too far for an air unblockable with 5A or something. Might be a little too slow, but that's fine. Even if you can't get anything guaranteed, just go for dash J. No one's blocking that.
No one's both not blocking this either. I had the reversal bait, sent himself into it.
All right, gets a knockdown here and just 2A off the bat.
The simplest empty low. It's so funny because it looks like you're just not blocking, but when you're fighting FR, you're definitely looking for that overhead.
Absolutely.
Oh, and here's the cheap stuff.
Yeah, a little too little health to take the hit there, and the mix just coming out.
Right. Even as a spectator, I feel like a lot of times when there's these mix-up situations and you're watching, it's like, oh, this is really hard to block in the moment. But when you're playing, right? But as a spectator, when the weights are off, oh, I can tell what's coming.
Yeah.
You can't tell. Nobody can tell.
You just can't.
The mix-up's a little too strong.
Little too strong.
I believe we are now moving on to, that wraps up our winner's side qualifiers. We're about to move on to the loser's side where we are getting Krieg of primarily Smash Ultimate fame. You know, when I was looking at the results for players and seeding this bracket, Krieg's whole first page of Start GG history is first place in Smash Ultimate brackets.
Okay.
An entire page of bracket wins and some really good strive performances. Has made some top 8s in the TNS brackets in that game. Very strong all-around fighting game player. Actually has some history in Melty Blood as well. About, I want to say 4 years ago or so.
Yep.
Won an old beginner bracket, has really made a name for himself a little bit already, even in some of the recent midweeks, taking some games off of really strong players. And you know what's really funny about this one too is we're about to see a Seacombe mirror.
Yup. And Fupi himself, what a legend to speak of. Just an absolute auraful creature of a person. At any moment, at any time, he is going to do some Seacombe nonsense, and it probably is going to work.
We talk about the Fupi reality marble
we
a lot.
do.
Because Seacombe is one of those very normal fighting game characters. He doesn't really have some offensive situations that leave him in a bad spot, but he definitely has some that give better Oki than others. And Fupi will just do whatever ender he's feeling at the time. Wrong situation to get good Oki off of one ender, he's doing it anyway. It just feels like it.
Yup.
But, you know, an experienced player like Krieg, going to be kind of interesting to see what we get on the table. Oh, but we're getting the Efryogi instead. Ooh. Maybe he doesn't want to play the mirror. And this is an interesting choice, too, because Efryogi has to be a little bit more deliberate, but has some really big normals to contest the Seacombe champion.
Yeah, absolutely. Might just be for the button check. We're not quite sure. Might be a shout-out, too.
Could be true, yeah. Also, fun fact, we saw Gaku up here earlier. Gaku, if you follow Gaku on Twitter, her @ is like Gaku SSB or something. Gaku and Krieg used to play Smash together.
Oh, really? I didn't even know.
Yeah, homies with Nico, who made top 24 at this event last year. Unfortunately, could not make it this year, but the three of them were Smash Ultimate training partners at one point, and we are getting the Efryogi.
Ooh, interesting, interesting.
Yeah, big normals versus big brawler here.
Yeah, absolutely, because Efryogi has a huge range advantage, and the mobility is pretty strong too, but Fupi always trying to force his way in past anything whatsoever, get that pressure going, catches a jump too.
Yep, and does find his way in here. You're in this corner, but spends the whole Rekka. Yeah, Krieg knows the frame date on that.
Yeah, Krieg just blocking it out, absolutely, because you know people commit to things that are just going to put you in a good situation.
Oh, really close to that classic Skelegat situation, but instead seeing the block there normal. All right, simple combo to start. No meter
Left,
dump.
right. Not ready for the 2-2C. 2B is going to go through that.
Yeah, looked like we were looking for a command
grab.
Oh my gosh, you had that
there.
corner?
Yep, that's depending on the character. You can leave a gap in the corner off of command grab. That's very punishable,
10.
but it's weird.
I don't know about very punishable. -10 and spaced out is definitely a weird situation for a lot of characters, Seacombe included. But Fupi sneaking under.
Ooh, nice movement, nice movement. Yeah, Efryogi kind of a burst movement character. The walk speed is a little slow, but the air dashes and ground dash are very fast once they start up.
Yep. I'm taking this air throw ender, just keeping some solid positioning, and Fupi, crazy shield from far away here. Solid Efryogi pressure. This character not very plus, but does just kind of jail you with these big normals and burns the bar for the OTG. Not saving it for a blood heat situation, just taking the damage we can get right now.
Cashing out Max at the last second, earned a little meter for that too, and yeah, respects the last hit of the Rekka there. Can be a scary frame trap.
Ooh, a little too high to convert off of the air unblockable hit.
Ooh, catches the landing C-Moon.
On a little bit of a drop, but in the scramble, Fupi probably trying to reduce, gets hit. That's a situation that happens a lot in this game. It's so funny when you have a mechanic like Reduce that encourages you to press buttons while you're getting hit.
Respecting the plus frames here. Both of them just ready for the other to press buttons, but oh my god, the trade countered situation. Foopy not ready.
Corner combos.
Yup. Krieg got a lot of meter here. Yup, going for the advantage. Well, you have burst. Just go for it.
Yep.
Ready for the reversal too. Another throw again.
Ready for all of the reversals. Nice IH situation here. Just taking that advantage and running it all the way.
Nearly a double perfect there from Krieg. Oh my goodness.
Right, the reverse near double perfect. And this might be why we see the F Ryogi pick here. Coma does have to brawl in your face, and Krieg just taking that space, being like, I'm totally comfortable locking you into this corner.
Yeah, and always ready to keep the pressure, whether it's those faraway buttons that Coma has trouble challenging or the up-close 5A when Coma has kind of slow buttons.
Yep. Corner steal of their own there, but Foopy finding a way out.
All right, watch out for the corner again. Yup. Same trick, but it's ambiguous. Sometimes it can keep in the corner depending on the spacing.
Nice record quickly there to catch the jump out. That's tough
ready.
Time. Oh my gosh, and the left-right.
Mm-hmm.
One thing too is we haven't seen Krieg represent shield on any of these left-rights, and I wonder if it's the lack of familiarity with Melty and being ready for that, or honestly just not being sure what to do.
Yeah, Krieg definitely seems to play defense very passively, which was working out super well because Foopy's a player who wants to hit you a lot, and that works well when you're just blocking it out. But now that Foopy's going for more nonsense mixes and command grabs, you might have to introduce some options just like that.
Yeah, the fake reversal there is invuln on startup, but not all the way until it's active. Still does the job sometimes, but so does that 2-1-4C.
And watch for the command grab. Yup, tries to jump in fear of getting thrown back into the corner, but that is a huge hit, and it's gonna kill 4.5K off that 2B starter.
Right, that Ryogi health right there, and this is one of the things about C. Coma. He's a character who rewards you very well for making good decisions.
Yup.
You get that hit, you're getting good damage. Simple as that.
Simple as indeed. Yeah, trying to move around the Ryogi buttons rather than challenge them directly, finding a way in with the dive kick here and the ID over.
A little spacing trap there from Foopy there.
This time ready for that same tick throw we'd seen before. Frame trap off of the Rekka mid-screen.
A little bit of an awkward hit to convert off of in the air.
Yup. Oh no!
Armor, unfortunate.
Oh, this time, yep, challenging with shield, just like you said. Krieg going for some different options and how to steal that momentum back. Wary of the reversal options, but still keeping it tight with just a delayed timing against the EX moves.
On still just spending the meter for damage. We haven't seen a blood heat yet. Oh, not quite. A little bit slow there.
Yeah, manual delays on these combos a little tricky. Safe feed off the command grab, huge momentum swing, and that should be able to kill easily.
Yup, but you know, Foopy going into this round with no more meter, and it looked like it was just a timing difference there. Krieg maybe trying to go for the EX guard, get some breathing room, and didn't quite have the timing.
Oh, moving and throwing you back. You get a combo off of that if you toss them to the corner.
Yup. On ready for it this time, but are we ready for the punish? Not with the EX guard. It's a funny case too, where EX guard a lot of times will give you a better chance to get a punish, but with a move that leaves you so spaced, sometimes it's the opposite.
Yup.
Oh, and the Ryogi throw bug.
Yeah, because it's a slow wake-up character, you're limited in the options you can go for on wake-up because you don't have throw protection there.
Yeah, Ryogi's throw is bugged, and I think it's probably because of this knife hit there somehow counting as the strike that removes your throw protection.
This time going for the long-range shimmy against the hesitation options.
Yeah, and the spacing option from Ryogi, taking advantage of these long-range normals to net that punish against the armored move.
Yeah, not trying to fight too up close here. 2B almost gets the whip punish, but that's fine. We just move back into a nice air throw.
And the simple combo there. You see that little wait into 5A, 5B. Krieg clearly not phased, has gathered their bearings for this last round.
Ooh, huge hit off the bat, but a little too far. The funky Ryogi hurt box happens. Jumps out even after EX guarding there. 2C just a little too slow. Koma's mid-range buttons are on the slower end.
Nice little stop on the Rekka there, not trying to let Foopy get out for free, but Foopy now has you in the corner.
Ooh, ready for the reversal air throw. You can tell a fighting game player because they are ready to do stuff like that.
Right, just knows where you're going to be. Got one of the most reliable options for catching someone above you, but not in this case. Krieg with that preemptive J8 in the air.
Oh, and there's that classic F-Ryogi charge Rekka pressure. Backing off.
Yep, just keeping that space, holding that meter just in case we need it for later.
Oh, almost had another scoop, but unfortunately not quite enough, and now Foopy's got a huge damage combo here in another.
And it's going to be one more touch potentially.
Yup. Oh, and we just go for 2-2-C. That gives him armor. Bogey thrown.
Getting really close to that max mode here, and this is exactly what you want is Ryogi.
Oh, he thought he would shield, so he pressed a button and it let the shield down, and that's going to be the victory for Krieg. Crazy set.
Yeah, the IH there too. Even if it didn't kill, you're going in with a lot of health regained, 20 seconds left, putting Fupi under a lot of pressure. Way to close that one out. It's always fun too, seeing when people are ready to play a couple different characters in bracket. Especially when, like, I mean, Kolma and Ryogi moving pretty different.
Very differently. Both in movement and the buttons they want to play at, but definitely seem very attuned to the F-Ryogi playstyle. Played a little differently from how most do. Most to kind of abuse the rush down capabilities with, like, dashing up 2B full screen, IADJB, you know, these kind of burst movement options, but definitely seem to just be at a comfortable spacing and play that spacing more than playing the buttons themselves.
Yep. Oh, and we are getting Halo Hector versus Nami Nori. This is going to be an interesting one. Hector is actually in the, has not played against Megan Cheese, who was our new resident FNECO mech. Yeah, I was talking to him earlier. He said he's not sure how to feel about fighting Nami Nori when he hasn't really fought this character, but NorCal representing here. Shout out to NorCal region. They've got a pretty strong local scene out there. Hector and Snooki, who's back there, have played a lot over time as well. Hector had to beat, I believe, Prof to get here. Had to beat C-Roa, now fighting FNECO mech. Two characters who got some tricks to air unblockable you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Naminori got some resolve going in after losing out in the winner's bracket just earlier. Hector has been fighting strong. You know, he's trying his best, but he's got 3 games to go until he makes top 8. He's got an uphill battle.
I don't think we're getting a button check still yet. Hector repping his original main, that FC here.
Probably going to be seeing the Hime, but who knows? Maybe he'll change it up. Again, these players, we have these multiple characters. You never know what they might pull out. You got to be ready.
Right, I would be a little surprised if we see the FC. I mean, sometimes there's actually matchups where this could be more of a comfortable pick, especially when you can get air unblockable, because Hime can't really move in the air, has some trouble when she gets put on the back foot sometimes, also just from having low health. But FC, I mean, not a character with a lot of tricks, but is just kind of one of those very normal all-arounders. Not really a situation where you're entirely out of options, but not a situation where you're really killing your opponents ever either.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of tricks, I feel like Hector is the most tricks Hime player out there. I seen him go for the cross-up teleport elbows, the fake-outs with the other one, going to hit you in all sorts of different ways with stars, abusing these tech situations that normally she can dominate to set up some funny stuff. Like, he's always trying to do as much as possible.
Yep, but Halo Hector is giving us the Hime Hector.
And yeah, already positioning into the corner with a quick dash under there. Nicely played. And now bullying with these huge buttons. Plays with the pillar. Nice. But yeah, just backs off the awkward confirm. Not trying to press something huge and whiff.
Oh, and yeah, that's a Hime classic right there. Ooh, wasn't ready for the ground tick punish. But, you know, that's data right there. That's an important situation to be aware of.
Ooh, a little bit of an unfortunate drop. Mech Hurtbox a little funky. Oh my god, reversal throw. This time waits for the tech, but does not bite this time. Naminori a little wary at this HP.
Oh, wasn't in position to hit the Neko, and that's one of those weaknesses with the F-Moon compared to C, actually. C known to be the stronger one because she's got special moves to reposition the cat, and if you haven't done that, you might just not have it.
And there's that classic Hector tech. Teleport elbow back, hit him with the geyser.
Oh, and the reversal catching the extended hurt box from Hime, even with these big normals, they're disjoint, but still have some green extension.
Yeah, and floating guy float JB to catch the high tech there is some crazy stuff. Ooh, misses the input, but that's fine. Hector is still ready for these funky scrambles. Ooh, gets the call out. Yeah, always going for 2-2D off that. Wants to be as safe as possible. Maybe denying you a little bit of damage, but you've got such a big lead already. We're doing fine. And now we're going to seal this with the mix-up.
Four-way mix. Yeah, keeping it simple right there because all you need is the one touch, and there's the throw to do it. Now, this is going to be a tough one for Naminori here because, again, we've already seen these pillars come out from Hime. Just the absolute sniper. If you're Naminori and Hector's got over 100 bar, you can never feel safe hitting that cat. But you can feel safe being in the air right there when Hector's swinging Geyser. Yeah, and the Hime HP coming through. Look at this fat combo. Air tech situation, Hime not the greatest in the air. Walks back out of the pressure, very clean mid-screen. When a rare single hit, counter hit there. That's going to be a big amount of advantage. Just going for hard knockdown of the air combo. Simple combo to do it. And this is the cross-up, same side. Bullying a little more in the corner with those buttons. Naminori not looking to push it luck. And Hector not looking to overextend either. Naminori about to gain the lead. If you're Hector, you have to get on the offense at some point now.
Trying to force a tech here. Yup, though, goes for the mix-up instead.
Patient way to just leave the corner very simply. Not holding
catches
this
the backdash. Clean confirmed. Not enough for Hime kick to go for a mix-up. With punish. Nice.
Smart. A lot of players will be really tempted to swing a normal there, but using that spaced out geyser to get this hit that kills.
Very, very clean. Just keeping it tight. I feel like Hector just like really knows what he wants to do. You know, he's doing some stuff, but when he recognizes that like I probably shouldn't, he shouldn't.
Yep, and there's that guy or pillar we were talking about, right? Even if you eat the Neko hit, you don't really care if you Hime. Look at that low F Neko mech health. Hector with a strong lead. Maybe not for long if we eat another JC.
Oh, but the clean 5Bs of the right angle are coming up, but Naminori's so good at sneaking past those geysers whenever Hector tries to go for a call out.
Yep. And there was JC into 4.5K, now Naminori with the lead.
Oh, and yet again sneaking around the geyser, but this time it will clip, and now you might be in the mix. Gets an air throw knockdown, just bullies you in the corner. Life is about even at this point, but one really good combo from Naminori could do it.
Nice little space 2Cs here, and again, Hector just playing real solid. Knows we got 45 seconds. I don't got to force my victory here.
Oh, but there's a nice B geyser, and yeah, forcing the Hime kick now because one mix-up will kill. What's it going to be? Same side overhead. Keep the corner.
Respects to Naminori, too, has been ready for the same option every time, and Hector is closing it out, advancing to top 8 on the loser's side here with the Hime pillar. Great matchup awareness, too. I mean, it's really important when you have these strong matchup tools that you're ready to use them.
Yup.
Doing it for Hime Nation. You know what's crazy, too? Hime, I mean, a notorious top tier. A lot of people who don't play the game have heard of the crimes of this character. But this, I think, is the first time we've seen Hime in a top 8.
As long as I can remember.
Yeah, right. I was about to say, I'm sitting here trying to remember. I think you're right. Like, might have been the days of Ada Bastos.
Yeah,
Hime
probably.
Was the last time we saw Hime in top 8. And, you know, Ada Bastos played in the last time this was a side game.
Yup.
Wasn't able to make that top 8 there. I mean, it's tough days for Hime sometimes. But Hector sealing the top 8 spot here.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much you have to look out for even on such a dominant character. Like, you can see that Hector really did have the respect for the different situations of hitting the Neko and the movement of the character. Like, you can tell he knew his stuff.
Yep. Oh, but look out for this one. We'll see if Ange Mage knows its stuff. About to fight their close friend, Marissa Mage. They got some fun nicknames for each other. These two have played a lot. Marissa also had a hand in getting Ange Mage into this game.
Yep.
And Ange Mage, actually someone that I played a lot with when I started.
Oh.
A known H-Moon fan. We've done a bunch of mirrors on a bunch of different H-Moons. Saw the H-Satsuki come out earlier, but is definitely going to be repping the tried and true Spike Ball. One of these players who's been really looking for this breakout performance, has so consistently been on that slightly upper echelon, making it out of pools pretty consistently for the last couple years, having some good results, has not had the result where you're eclipsing one of these top players like Marissa Mage.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like you said, very much like been playing, been improving, but hasn't quite had like the win over someone to really like set yourself apart.
Right. And I mean, Marissa Mage would definitely be a player to beat. And what's funny about these characters, right, is we actually call Hamek Spike Ball, and it'll take about 20 seconds to see why, probably. Meanwhile, C. Whiteland, I don't know what you'd call her. She's just got a really deep bag of tricks.
Yeah, she really does. She's got like so many like weird tools. She's got different like traps she can set up. She can throw out different kind of projectiles. She's got weird call-out moves. She's got some funky fake outs. Like, she's just doing too much.
For real, a hooper and a trooper, chucking the basketballs and taking mad hits.
Yup. All right, yeah, and getting the round started. Moving in, already got the corner, and beam assist coming out, not trying to get too predictable, but Mercer's waiting with the range call out on that, and now these funky teleports are going all over the place. What is this air tech situation? Neither of us knows, but floats over the ice and gets the assist out as well.
Nice way for Ange Mage to not be phased by the ice toss. Having trouble finding some offense, and that's one of those unfortunate situations for the H-Moon. She has the automatic follow-up on 5C, but it doesn't really matter. Finds the offense again. Maintaining your mental in these situations is so huge and paying off in a big way here. But look at that white line health, not taking that much damage from this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can see just already how many different things Mercer's already done on Wake Up. We've seen DPs, fake DPs, command grab on Wake Up. And listen, Angie Mage is just keeping it solid and swinging, knowing I have high damage, I have good mix-ups, I just want to keep it tight, and you need to sit still.
Right, knows that Marissa with this white line is going to try and make you afraid, going to start chucking these ice. And most important thing is to not be afraid.
Yup. Oh, yup, and ready for the DP this time. You have
And
so
there's
much
the ball.
space there, no need to overextend.
You know what's crazy is I think that's the first spike ball we've seen hit. Oh my gosh, and the bunker is going to hit the fake DP.
Yeah, unfortunately wasn't able to jump out of the 421C. That's plus if you aren't quite ready to jump over in time. 0 on block, and she has fast buttons on that overhead.
Nice mash there. Ready for these white lane tricks. That's so important. We saw that dash go through some narrow normals earlier. You got to be ready to challenge, and Edge Mage ready it is. Closing out a very fast game 1.
Yeah, clean game 1, and yeah, running it back on the CY lane. Definitely Marissa's signature character, even though it plays all sorts of different types of stuff. I mean, if you want a character to lock in on, it's going to be this one.
And yeah, locked in. It is chucking that ice early. 4K on white lane health.
Yeah, Spike Ball would be doing hella damage off of the most random of hits.
Yep. Speaking of random hits, the partial charge, JC.
And you can tell that NG's played this matchup so much because of the different respect it gives to the different projectiles. Like, look at all of that. Did not phase, and already he's getting a combo off of that into some corner pressure.
Yeah,
Seeing
nice
the spike
straight hit
ball.
conversion. Oh, and ready for these spike ball hits. That is what makes this character so good.
Covers so much space, air unblockable, and it's insurance, and yup, spending the meter. He was plus frames on block anyways,
And
just
look
so dominant.
Look at the meter management too for H-Moon, right? Go into this this round with a low amount of meter, which is kind of what you want when you've got the lead as H-Moon.
Yep. All right, but that's a nice combo from Marissa, spending some meter to get some decent damage and a good knockdown here. Gonna go for some tricks, move it in, single overhead. That's all right.
Yep, and ready to jump right away. You can't be sitting in the corner against that move or you're going to be holding a bad situation. Oh my gosh, the EX shield!
Yeah, Marissa, one of the most ready to air shield players I've ever seen in my life, and getting the clutch air throw out of that too is crazy.
But here it comes, the ball is coming, and oh, there's no way that's what we wanted.
No.
Probably looking for a 2-1-4C, but honestly, I don't think that's working either.
Yeah, probably not. Gets out of the corner though in the follow-up, like you said earlier, not wanted at all. Going to be a huge punish from Marissa, but we do have heat, so we're going to get a life back. 2 layers of insurance coming through there. Marissa now getting a million health back off of this.
Okay, you just got to hold this.
Gonna make you block. What's it gonna be?
Oh, went for the tick though, but a little early, and this is gonna be making it really close. Potentially one more touch.
Yeah, one more. Out of range, but the EX shield. What a clutch call out.
It's really the only thing you can do there too, right? It's one of the things that makes Simon really good against this character. That Spike Ball is gonna be plus and lock you down, but Marissa Mage just has that timing on lock.
Yup. Blocks the overhead. Nope, we're not falling for that one at that range. We know this character.
Oh, nice 5A, 6A. Look at that. The advancing move keeping you in the corner away from the ice.
Oh, misses the 1-frame link off the DP counter hit.
Quick 5C. That's a huge hit.
Yeah, just locking you down. Knows when to go for the timing where before Marissa can get out the insurance from the 421A.
Oh my gosh, that could have been deadly.
Yeah, ready to go for it. Not afraid to make a call out there when you have you know you're not going to get it confirmed
We're
on
going
because
for
of
the
the heat. And that's a 2-0 finish from Angie Mage. What a match.
Yeah, defeats the person who helped them get started. What a huge win. This is definitely the result that it's been looking for, eclipsing that top 8 spot.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, and the turn of Thorn Letter. I wonder who she's going to be up against here.
Yeah, coming back up, looking pretty strong all today. Showing off, of course, the Akia plushie every time she's been on stream of this entire tournament, I think, so far.
Yeah, big fan of the character. Actually also plays Akiha and Lumina, which is really funny because Akiha and Lumina is based off of F. Safeku, another version of Akiha that is, you know, a very normal character in this game. Does not have quite the tricks she has in the new iteration. Oh, and it looks like we got Krieg walking up here.
Ooh, yeah, Krieg switching up crazy and playing really solid in the last set, but I don't know if a non-dedicated Melty player is going to be ready to deal with the menace that is F. Vaki.
Right, but I mean, one thing that F. Vaki, again, is weak to is just having low health right there. And Krieg having what we've already seen, it's a roster of C. Coma and F. Ryogi. Those are 2 characters who kill you.
They hurt you. They hurt you.
Yeah, they do some real big damage. And Krieg, again, being a strong player in other games, one of those things that I think is sometimes underrated because of Melty's quirks, but is such a strong asset to have, especially when you're coming from a game like Smash Ultimate that really rewards you for very similarly tracking movement, right?
Yeah.
Smash Ultimate, game with what, like close to 90 characters. I want to say it's like 89 characters. So many instances of unique movement that many people know, with like Kirby DDD floating around the screen. You got Sora flying all around now. What, F-Hockey's got 2 air dashes. For someone who's played a game like that, this is probably nothing, right? But I mean, are you going to be ready for these pillars? Are you ready for the puffball? And are you ready for the pit loops if we get to see them this time?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, and I wonder if we'll see a character swap if something does go wrong in the set as well.
They're going to have to see. I doubt we're going to be seeing one from Thorn here. Has
Absolutely
been really running it with this F-Hockey character.
Yeah, definitely was swapping around characters for a while, but now just went and locked in all the way in on the F-Hockey, and it's really been paying off with the grind.
Are we getting a button check, or are we in it? Oh, weird.
It looks like we're in it.
No, well, yeah, we are.
We are indeed. The knife snipes from far away, giving frame advantage to close our way in. And yeah, Krieg looking to lock down and dominate off the back, but the air block giving Thorn the advantage. That's a Melty situation.
Yep. Oh, and Ryogi, a little weird character to combo, but Thorn gathering her bearings, getting this hit, maintaining this offense.
Oh, and here comes the pit loops. Yeah, just going back into normal pressure.
Nice way to
Backdashes out
escape.
catches, but that's a difficult confirm to be sure. And now it's Pits coming out, tried to move. Oh, no.
Yeah, didn't quite have the pit loop on hit, but look at all of this chip, and you can't mess up. One little mistake, and you are dead off the one pit.
Yeah, definitely a difficult situation to adjust to because the hits just keep coming and you're like, oh, is now the time to act? No.
No. In fact, there's not really a time to act. I'm always saying the F-Hockey is actually 2 characters in one. There's F-Hockey with pit loops, F-Hockey without pit loops.
Oh, and this is a huge hit. Does this kill on Ryogi health?
Yes. Oh,
Without
not quite.
TP. Oh, we didn't quite get it, but that's fine because we still got a perfect.
And look at that. That is what this character does. Speed runs these games, but we're going back in with the Ryogi. And I'm not really that surprised either. You know,
Yeah.
Koma might have more health, but has a harder time catching this character. Ryogi actually one of the better characters with buttons to catch a character in the air, but Thorn getting started with catching you with a gat.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw early on that Krieg definitely like knows how to lock Thorn down, but that is still just going to be an uphill battle no matter what.
Right? I mean, someone asked earlier before fighting another F-Hockey, hey, do you got any advice? And I was like, it's hard.
It's hard. Like, I think Krieg is doing a good job. I mean, there might be some more screws to put in for this game plan, but it's a great start to be sure.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. JC just barely whiffing, almost kept Thorn jailed.
Oh, and the starter! That would have been an infinite for your whole life savings.
Right, but don't even have much life to play with there. And look at that, 1 rep, and that's 4K? Excuse me?
Yeah, and Thorn only needs 1 more round here. Crazy to think about.
Yep. Getting a little bit of that meter started.
Yeah, sniping with the JB, but there's finally a high-value hit, but no, we drop!
Not quite. I mean, that JC, though, is, again, one of those buttons that makes
Yup.
Ryogi good in this matchup.
Krieg got a lot of meter on deck, too. Maybe can leverage something with that.
Oh, no! You can
It's
burst, do you
infinite.
know? Yes,
Yes.
you got the burst out. One more chance, but not for long.
Not for long, indeed. Yeah, just the absolute dominance. These crazy situations, we definitely see how fast. I was super impressed by how fast that Krieg noticed what F-Hockey was doing and was able to lock her down, position in the corner. But Thorn is not just going to let that happen.
Right, and a real clinic on what this Vaki champion does.
Yup.
Something that, again, not a lot of people have seen, but I mean, if you've ever wondered what the potential of Vaki is, just watch that setback.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we got Rump trying to crawl their way back from loser's bracket, trying to get to top 8 here. And Branch coming up, finally going to show us off that sick F-Maids pick.
Yeah, and talk about potential, the famous potential woman character for those who have seen the image. F-Maids is one of those characters that you will be blocking for 30 seconds. It's a rare character because it's the only close thing to a puppet character in this game. Kind of controlling both maids, has a resource to manage in order to do it as well. But once you've mastered that, as Branch has, you're going to see some real tricks.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's a matchup that's really hard to know, one that's really hard to prepare for, because if for anyone who's watched other anime games with puppet characters, I mean, the sky is the limit potential-wise, and it looks like the thumbs up, maybe we're just getting a button check for now, actually. We'll see.
Yeah, they were discussing something a minute ago. It's probably going to be button check, yup. Yeah, getting situated.
Yup.
Especially as a pad player, you really want to be doing a button check. No joke.
Yeah, always want to get a feel for this setup. And Branch, another one of those players who's been looking for that breakout resolve.
Yeah.
Another one of those players who's consistently making it out of pools,
Yeah.
consistently making it close to this threshold. over the cut of pretty strong players, but not quite into that upper echelon just yet. But we are getting started right away, and the Nero summons doing what they do best.
And all the way to the corner there off that knockdown, getting some pressure. Plus frames all day. Watch for the EX Crows. Yup, just respect it. Force them to mix, and Rump is ready to mix with the strike. We still get out, but no, with the sludge coming back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really out when Nero is in that corner position to get the sludge out. And look at this right there. Puts himself in the corner. Nero does, and still has the sludge out to cover. And you can tell Branch is looking a little bit lost in this matchup, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird one because FNOR is one of those polarizing design characters where he's got so much insurance, these huge buttons, so dominant, but you just got to kind of make him commit to these risky options. Even Rump is ready to do that, but it's hard to take advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. The little accidental ground tech there, probably just looking to block on Wake Up, honestly.
Okay, but now we're getting some pressure from the F-Mates. Cactus setup, we're going to see a swap go for the Molotov, set them down, and huge advantage. It's still going. Look at that. You would have been blocking that whole time.
How did you dare detect that throw?
Oh, my goodness. Crazy defense, but the risky tech gets called out.
You got to test those early on. I mean, Yusui known for trapping the techs, but you always got to check players on having those.
Yeah, 1 or 2 combos can put Rump in a really nice meter situation here to get all that health back.
Yep. And speaking of nice situations, look at that sludge going to town.
Sludge carried him away, but that's fine because it was still the corner, and now we're just walling you out.
Nice throw tech, and watching out for that JB. It's not quite going to kill.
Yeah, Branch doesn't have enough hearts here to push advantage now with the assist. You need to spend those, but what a snipe with the JA to even the rounds up.
Yeah, really huge JA poke there. Rump getting a little antsy, taking out some hurt box into that.
Yeah, Rump got some meter to dump here, going into max already. Just sniping with the Crows even, not too pressured to spend all that meter.
And one thing that Rump's been doing really well in this set, and we'll see how this helps in potentially closing this out, is sniping the assists before they come out sometimes.
Yup. The assist does have to move itself and get in position. You choose when the assist comes out.
And as soon as the assist starts, the mate is hittable.
Yup. Ooh, but Branch keeping these techs solid, always looking for where Rump is trying to slip out.
Yeah, and that's a hard one to chase from so far away, and here comes the tricks, but Rump is ready. How did you know to jump out? I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, the Cactus was a little too far there to be real, and Rump was ready, but oh, missed the shield counter. It's so hard. We've seen that this bracket already. Going for some mix-ups, get the chair out. Now you can't be mashing.
Yep. Not likely to happen anyways with low meter and Nero.
Get the assist back out. More Molotovs.
Clean blocks and the EX guards.
Delayed air dash.
Nice. Oh, no! Not the sweep hit.
Oh, my God. Such a close health situation, and this is not where you want to be. The high air tech. The assist to stall for time, and the sludge doesn't reach, but empty throw with it all on the line.
I love the decision to just play offense there. You're low on meter. You're not really going to get close to max. Even in 20 seconds, you're not going to get it. Just spend it on the offense, and it pays off.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that Rump was struggling with for a long time is how do you, take games? Because FNOR got all these plus frames. He's got all that. But actually getting someone to open themselves up on defense is a tough ask. But now Rump is making them do it with these throws.
Oh, but the empty low, Branch with the opening here.
Yeah, now Rump respects that and just going for the wake-up situation instead, not trying to block these F-Maids out.
Oh, clean conversion here, too, getting that nice slime situation.
Yup.
Don't get slimed out now.
You better not. You better not. Crosses up, and that's going to be a nice meter situation. The IH on the rejump. Even if we whip the combo, we still even up the health lead.
On that little wall slam, making that trade not too disadvantageous for Rump. Oh my gosh, sacrifices with Sister for that one.
Ooh, doesn't get the shield out on the bees. Unfortunately, the chair actually maybe would have made it too slow.
Oh, and the Sister is back up.
Yup, after she flops, enters the flop era, she gets back up with 3 hearts, and now we got some nice offense to go for.
That was such an awesome preemptive JA from Branch there, too. That's a really hard one to throw out against Nero.
Yup.
Nice preemptive JB again,
Ooh.
But Branch privy to this one. I love the heads-up play from Rump. You snipe the assist, but Branch is ready for this now. The quick adaptation using the fireball.
Ooh, and tries to sneak the negative edge snake past the Sister, but doesn't quite reach it.
Yeah, and more good awareness. Knew that we weren't going to get the air throw, but Rump responding in kind.
Ooh, and the delayed timing on that Force, he has been catching people off guard so badly these days.
Yep.
People trying to warn against him doing a summon there.
Oh, going for that plus frames. Branch showing that she's not afraid. Nice heads-up press from Rump, keeping that advantage.
Ooh,
oh
but
no, and the Sister delay! Uh-oh, that's a huge drop potentially.
We got a lot of meter to work with though.
Nice heads-up bunker, and the tech!
Oh my god, but these hits just aren't perfect, but the IH is safe, but not gonna punish.
Oh, and that is advantageous. What a heads-up use of the summon there. The 2C just barely reaching enough. 2B instead would have reached, but would have made the conversion a little difficult. Way to just get an easy pickup to close this one out.
Yeah, now we're looking down the corner. Branch looking to block this out, and now committing to defensive options. Now we're scared, and that is when Rump gets the big hits they've been looking for.
Yeah, and that's a really bold 6C to go for, especially when the last round we saw that one fail. But unfortunately, the green from Nero gets hit on the ground.
Oh, jumps out of the chair a little late on the timing there, but now you're locked down. Only one heart to go for pressure, so we meter charge.
And that Nero teleport out is punishable, but not when you're not ready for that.
Clean combo to get this knockdown. Air tech situation, yeah, not trying to tech too low or too high there.
Yeah, just not risking it off an air tech here. Just staying solid. You have the life lead.
Ooh,
and there's the overcommitment. That is exactly what Rump was looking for there. You saw the defensive movement, just holding down back in the corner, and Rump so grateful to have clinched this top 8 spot. You know they've been looking for this for a long time, and I believe the little pop off there slightly off camera, that is going to be it for the top 8 qualifiers for Melty Blood. Actress again, current code here at Frosty 2026.
Absolutely, we had some great matches today. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all turn out to that top 8 later today. It's going to be here.
Yep, it's going to be on the max mode stream, actually. We're moving over to the big ballroom in a little bit. And yeah, your top 8 on winner's side, we are going to have Skeleton, Zapoke, Gaku, and Deus as well. Over here, we've got the bracket here. Eng, Mage, Halo, Hector, Rump, and Thorn. Oh, that's going to be a tragic team kill.
Yeah, unfortunate, but it's got to happen. Hey, you made it this deep already. The team kill's about to happen if you want to win the bracket.
Yep. They're going to be a really exciting top 8, one of the more high-octane ones we've seen in a long time. A very diverse set of characters and some really rare top-tier appearances. The theoretical top tiers may be proving that they actually do have what it takes in practice. Going to be an exciting one. You're not going to want to miss that in a couple of hours. But, yeah, that's going to be it for Top 24.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, I guess we got a little bit of time for a second while we're waiting for that. Shout out Shinobi as well.
Yup.
Covering for me and running both the top 24 and this top 8. We managed to get a lot of games in here, actually. It was a little surprising with a little bit of a delayed start as well. But, you know, this event has actually run really smooth. Shout out to Datagram for providing the setups. They've worked great.
Yeah, we've had shockingly few issues for a Melty bracket. I feel like there's always some nonsense going on, but it's been fairly smooth so far, really.
Yeah, we actually haven't had any issues during the whole run of pools. I think the first time ever in the last few years, at least as long as I've been doing that, we had no setup issues.
Yeah, wild stuff to see for a Melty bracket, but you love to see it whenever it comes true.
Yeah, but once again, it looks like we're clearing out and getting ready to take this break before we go on to top 8. Definitely tune into that. You're going to see some really rare Melty footage. A lot of these characters don't even have that much footage out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is, again, going to be it for Top 24. See you later for Top 8.